We call this meeting today to officially launch the preparations that are going to lead to the holding of the Malta Arraiolos meeting, which we will be hosting on the 6th of October this year. By way of background, the Arraiolos Group is composed of non-executive heads of state of the European Union. And the members of the group are Bulgaria, Germany, Italy, Estonia, Ireland, Greece, Croatia, Latvia, Hungary, Austria, Portugal, Poland, Slovenia, and Finland, and of course Malta. For the first time, however, since the creation of this group, we are going to include a new member, that is Slovakia, and they will be joining us for the Malta meeting in October. Over the summer months, President Zuzana Kapotova had expressed interest in becoming a member of this group and participating in the Malta meeting, and we have confirmed her participation after obviously consulting with other members of the group. So as you see, there's a very wide regional representation because there are member countries from the Baltics, from Central Europe, Mediterranean countries, as well as Western Balkans. These meetings are traditionally held once a year, usually in autumn. And over the past couple of years, there were some changes to this pattern, obviously because of COVID. The 2020 session was postponed to the following year. As a matter of fact, 2017 was held here in Malta, 2019 was held in Athens, and 2021 was held in Rome. As information, I can say that the group was first convened in 2003 in the Portuguese town of Arraiolos, from where it takes its name. The first host was the former president, Jorge Sampaio, who incidentally passed away in 2021. And next year will be the 20th anniversary of the group. And that is why the Arraiolos meeting of 2023 will be held in Portugal to commemorate this 20th anniversary. Way back in 2003, the issues that led to the convening of the first meeting were, at that time, the preparations for the enlargement of the European Union. As you know, Malta was one of the members who joined the European Union in 2004. So in 2003, it was on the eve of this enlargement. And there were lots of discussions that were held which had to do with what was happening at that moment, the convention that was meeting at that time to come out with a constitution for Europe, which, as you know, eventually was not adopted by all the member countries. I have to say that the first meeting of Arraiolos consisted only of 6 heads of state. Since then, as I mentioned earlier, the group continued to grow and evolve in content and themes, so that now we are looking at a group of 16, including Slovakia, as I previously mentioned. The themes that are usually discussed vary between themselves and tend to respond to the challenges and the situation of the day. They range from hard security issues to pressing regional developments, economic challenges, financial challenges, social component of the European Union, multilateralism, relation between institutions, and also the interests of European citizens. But anything can be brought up by the participating presidents. I mean, there's no hard and fixed limits as to the agenda. I have to note also that this group has no permanent structures. It's a loose association of presidents. There is no secretariat, and there are no final declarations or conclusions. Malta attended the first meeting in 2015 in Germany, when President Emeritus Kolero Preka was invited to participate by then President Gauck. Since then, we were present at the meetings held in 2016 in Bulgaria, 2018 in Latvia. Then I attended the meeting of 2019 in Greece, and the very latest one, which was held in Italy only last year. In 2017, it was Malta's turn to host the Arraiolos Head of State meeting. And this, as I said, was hosted by President Emeritus Kolero Preka here in Malta. Since taking office, I attended the meetings in Athens and in Rome. the former by President Propiokos Pavlopoulos and President Sergio Mattarella in Rome last year. On these occasions, I can say that I found the discussions very informative, very frank, and very open. As I said, this has not a formal structure. There is no binding outcome document or conclusion. The participants have the freedom to speak openly, especially on those issues they feel that they are a priority for their own countries. This is, as one can imagine, an excellent opportunity for networking in a very, very relaxed atmosphere. When I was in Rome last year, the decision was taken rather casually to hold the meeting during a lunch, when we were asked whether we could host the meeting again, and we would have opted for 2023. But then the Portuguese president told us that they would have loved to have it in 2023 themselves to commemorate the 20th anniversary, and it was agreed that we hold the meeting this year in October, and they will hold the 2023 meeting. So this will be the 17th session of the meeting, with the program spanning over a whole day on the 6th of October. The proceedings will take place in the Mediterranean Conference Center in Valletta. I have to announce with pleasure that all heads of state, except President van der Bellen of Austria and President Sauli Niinisto of Finland, have confirmed their participation. They have conveyed their regrets as they will be engaged in commitments in their own countries. I'm referring to the presidents of Austria and Finland. As mentioned earlier, the President of Slovakia will also be joining us for the first time here in Malta. And I have to say that even President Mattarella, in spite of the political developments happening in Italy at that moment in time, has confirmed that he will be coming to Malta for the meeting. Very briefly, the program will consist of an informal welcome, a dinner for heads of state that will arrive in Malta on the eve, on the 5th, and then the official meeting actually taking place for the whole day of the 6th of October. The actual meeting will consist of 2 working sessions, and the traditional joint press conference by all the heads of state at the end of the meeting will take place once the meeting is finished. We will convene in the evening for the official dinner at the Grand Master's Palace, here in this palace in Valletta, and that would be the conclusion of the Malta Arraiolos meeting. During the following day, the 7th of October, I will be receiving a number of heads of state for bilateral meetings at San Anton Palace, meetings which they have asked for. For the moment, it's only 3, but we'll see whether there will be more requests. In terms of substance, our discussions in Malta will be addressing pressing matters which cover a whole gamma of subjects. I'll just go through some of them which we think would be covered, but as I said, it's open. I'm sure that there will be a frank stock-taking of the institutions, because this will be the commemoration of the 65th anniversary of the Treaty of Rome. The access or the quantification of the effectiveness of the European Union as a global actor in the face of the imminent threats, obviously concentrating on the eastern neighborhoods and the southern neighborhoods. And obviously, we will be dealing with hard security concepts and structures. And in the light of what's happening with the war in Ukraine, I'm sure that most of the time and most of the discussion will be taken up with that particular issue. Then there are the horizontal issues like climate change, migration crisis, and energy diplomacy. Another issue which could be discussed is what do we mean by solidarity? Because many countries in the European Union are talking about what is meant by solidarity. At the other end of the spectrum, there could also be an academic discussion on the European Union at the heart of the ideal of global social justice. I mean, we've just been through COVID, and one could reflect on the strength and weaknesses of the cohesion policy of the European Union, the broader multilateral level, and how one can reduce global disparities, especially in the light of what we've been through during COVID. And on this topic. I'm thinking more in terms of access to health, vaccines, medical care, education, employment, mobility, things which have seen, I dare say, faltering when we came to the crunch during COVID, especially in the beginning months. I'm sure that there will also be a lot of discussion about the conference of the future of the European Union, which as you know, has finished. And by that time, by October, 6th October, we will also have had the speech on the State of the Union by Ursula von der Leyen, which I'm sure will be also subject for discussion. As a small detail, it is customary that heads of state are accompanied by their spouses and partners for these meetings, and my wife will be there for hosting her counterparts with a separate program of events. I think that's practically all I had to say about the subject, about the location. I'll leave it to the Secretary of the Presidency, who will now give you a more detailed explanation of the program and all logistical aspects of the meeting. I really look forward to meeting you again in this context during the closing press conference of the Malta Arraiolos on 6th October. And this will be held at the Malta Mediterranean Conference Center. Thank you.